From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Mexico City Diablos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go now. 30 base. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And the Vikings first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jet bombers. Jet bombers. Watch the whip. Set, go.
He'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, exit. 56.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Where's the tap? 19.
Be a long day for you. Man left. Go down.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Nicole Hardman. 94 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Hey, Echo.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Ready? And 58.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. This one complete to Scott Miller. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, you can choose the mic. Watch Mike. Go.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Throwing again is Watson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Smith here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Alpha.
Back to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Intercepted. His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And a give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to Miller. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Now watch one, go. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? And go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Don't be scared of it. 24's down, he's coming.
On first down, Watson. He'll let this go for the... Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Complete. Smith has it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That's good for 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
General West.
56, Mike 56.
He'll drop to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Tight go. Hey, wahoo!
Looking to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Don't get nervous. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Twist on Travis.
Defense, give me that ball. Give me that ball.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
From the 27th, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Under 10, under 10. To his 6. Shoot. Spot.
Third and long. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, orbit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. Go. 58, come on. 58, come on. It's our field. Ready.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Good. Mike's 50. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. You don't want to know. Hey, Delta. Hey, you don't want to see me. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Come get some. Come get
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's go, defense. Out. Hey, ball, trot. 52. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Mike. 52.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. But I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. They find some open field here. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson looking for his running back, and he's got him. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Mike 52. Mike 52 is on front. Check the out.
They're going for it. It's Watson. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense off the offense, now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, Maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They come out here in the I. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Williams. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Let's go, boys, bring it up! At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And it's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, exit. Hey, slow down, 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Mexico City. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll set up to throw. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Mike, check, 59. Check. Check 59, Mike is 59. 59,
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
56, Mike, 56. So don't say nothing.
Second and 15. That'll be complete to Cook. Call it a gain of 3, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 45-yard punt and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
2nd and 11. And this is Cook with the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively.
56, check 56. I got you. I got you. Check 31, check 31.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, Haywood. Deep grip, deep grip.
They'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
He's back to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
You got one, man.
Go, go.
Mark 56. Mark 56. Quit talking about it and bring it. 56.
Back to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Okay, ready? 90, wolf.
Go, baby, turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come, come. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Blue draw Corkers.
58, come on. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Shoot.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on fourth down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Bravo. Five.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
That 60 or 61. Matchbox light. Get it.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another second and goal.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Shit, shit, shit. slam, slam, slam. Wall.
Leg. Go.
Cook following the penalty. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the home team here, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And now it's off to the airport for a date with customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like,
foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,